There we go. All right. So you can use this area to locate carriers and to determine, what you're gonna say to them and stuff like that. If you click on one of them, it's pretty much gonna pull up everything and tell you all about that carrier. It gives you all the information, all the insurance information. Tells you that the authority is good, the operations are good. They had some safety issues because they got a yellow on the safety light. Y'all see that? You got a yellow on the safety light. That means they had some safety issues a while back or whenever. You may want to quiz them on that. Now, if that was red, you don't want to mess with them. But it's yellow, so it's not really something that's that bad, but they did have a safety issue, which means they probably had a minor accident or, something like that. It doesn't look like they caused any deaths or anything that would cause their insurance to become bad. Why? Because their insurance is green. They've never had a hiccup on their insurance or their authority. So that tells you that that safety issue was not anything too serious, right?
Right.
Right. All right. So this is one way you all can use Trucker's Path other than just finding loads. Okay. Now they also got a GPS tracking on here too. So if you do have a carrier on here, if you do have a carrier on here that you have who's been dispatched, you can track them as well. You can click on that and it'll show you how to track the carriers. You can go in here and tell you like this carrier here. Couple of Willie Robinson and Angela Williams was the carrier who was being tracked on this, said that their load was dropped and completed. So I use it sometimes to track some carriers that I have sent out or whatever placement or whatever case may be. But you can track your carriers. All you need is a cell phone number and you can track them. Okay, so that's all you need. So Trucker's Path is actually pretty good. It's got some neat features on it that you all may not have been aware of. All right. Any questions on how to find your carriers and the pitch and kind of keep track of them on Trucker's Path? Any questions on that? No questions on that? All right.
No, yep.
Now,
it's pretty self-explanatory.
All right. Yep, it is. Now, also on Trucker's Path, remember when you're searching for loads, you're going to go in, you're going to click truckloads for what? Carriers, of course. So if you go to truckloads for carriers, you're going to click on that right there, and it's going to take you over, search for loads online. You're going to go ahead and start searching for your loads, and when you search for your loads and you find them, you can pretty much go in here and put in, let's say here, today, nope, we're going to go for tomorrow. What that is tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Tomorrow is Wednesday, right? 31st, right? All right, so we're going to find loads for tomorrow. Anybody got a carrier somewhere y'all want to look for loads? I'm out of it right now, real quick.
Atlanta.
Atlanta? All right.
Yeah.
Let's go. Atlanta. Okay, leaving out of Atlanta on tomorrow. And what's that, a reefer, dry van, or flatbed? Which one is it?
Reefer.
It's a reefer? Okay. Now, y'all do know that reefers can pull both refrigerated and dry van loads. So if you have a reefer, go ahead and discuss with your refrigerated driver or your refrigerator owner operator and see if they're open to pulling some dry van loads. Because all they got to do is just turn their refrigerators off, and that way they won't waste their fuel on their refrigerator side and let it dry out, and then they can haul dry van loads as well. Y'all did know that, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
All right, good. So that way, that increases your chances of what? Finding them some good paying freight, right? Because you can find more loads that way for them. Now, before we go in here and start looking for the reefer and dry van loads, what we're going to do is we're going to do what? We're going to go up here to our straight dispatch, which is up here. It's already loaded up. And right now, I got it set for $4 per mile. That's some pretty good freight, okay? Let's see if we got any $4 a mile load. Let's go ahead and click the save button and update that. See if we got any $4 per mile load. I'm pretty sure y'all carriers will be happy to find some $4 per mile loads, right? So we're gonna go ahead and click find loads, see what it gives us, and we scroll down. We're gonna look for the highlighted colors that are in red. If it has the $4 mile loads on here, leaving out of Atlanta, it is gonna tell us by giving us the highlight colors either in red or in yellow for the highest paying ones. So we're on the second page, but don't see any yet. Let's go for 50 more. Dakota, what you want? My neighbor's dog keep jumping up on me. All right, 50 more. Let's see what we got. And this makes search for loads real quick with this software. You don't even have to worry about all the stuff. All right, so we don't have any $4 per mile loads. So what we do is we do what? We go over here and we change our what? We change our settings on the straight dispatch. Let's break it down. Let's say $3 per mile. Let's drop down to $3 a mile and see what we got in $3 a mile loads. Okay, which that may work, it may not work, but we finna find out. Find loads. Let's check and see what we got in $3 per mile loads. Leaving out of Atlanta on tomorrow. Okay, nothing in the first column. Nothing in the second column. All right, doesn't. Oh no! Oh, there we go. There we go. We got a load that's paying more than $3 per mile. How do we know that it's more than $3 per mile? Because it's in yellow. Okay, the yellow is the highest paying loads on that particular page, and that one is paying $3.24 per mile. How do we know this? We just put our cursor over it, and then it will tell us what the rate is, $3.24 per mile, not including deadhead. Now, if you put in the deadhead, that's going to change. Okay, it's going to change that cents per mile. All right, but that load is basically paying $600 and it's going 185 miles. Picks up in Tucker, which is 12 miles outside of Atlanta, and it's going 185 miles. So it's not going to change the cents per mile that much because it's only 12 miles outside of Atlanta. You see what I'm saying? The deadhead to go pick it up is only 12 miles. So you don't really need to put in your deadhead settings on that one. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does everybody understand what we mean by deadhead?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
All right, great. So he doesn't have very far to travel from his destination point to pick that load up, which that's a pretty good load. That is a pretty good load. 185 miles, $600. He's got time to do what? Run and grab another load after he runs that load, because that load is going to take him about 4 hours to run when he has 11 hours on his driving clock. You see what I'm saying? That's a 4-hour run right there. He runs 4 hours, takes him an hour and a half to 2 hours to unload. That's 6 hours. So what? He's got what? How many hours left? He's got about 5 hours left to run another little short, quick load, right? So you all could essentially book your carrier on 2 loads that day, right? Double the money, double the pleasure. Yeah, that right there is a double mint deal. All right, that's a double mint deal. Let's see if we got any more loads on here that's paying more than $3 per mile. Let's run on down the board here, see if we got anything else that's paying anything more than $3 per mile. All right, so we don't have anything else that's paying $3 per mile. All right, so you all are seeing how easy it is to find loads here on Truckers Path if you got this straight dispatch. It makes it very easy, because if you didn't have this, you'd have been searching just about all night and trying to do calculations before you found that one load, right? But let's find something a bit easier to find. Let's go 2.50, which is still decent. Let's go 2.5 on your, what you call it? Let's do a save search and update that straight. There we go. Let's look at that. Got some loads already, y'all. We got loads already. And we got plenty of loads already. So we got plenty of loads here that's paying at $2.50 per mile. We got plenty of highlights here. Let's see, come down here what we got here. We got plenty of highlights. Dakota, well, you for a little dog, you got an awful big mouth. Your bad self. All right, there's that one from Tucker that we looked at, and then you've got some others on here. This one right here is paying $2.53 a mile. It is picking up in Atlanta, right there in Atlanta, so there's really no deadhead on that. And it is headed over to where, did it black out on me? It is headed over to, where is it headed to? That's headed down to Florida. Okay? Yeah, that's headed down to Palm Beach, Florida. What's that load paying? $2.53 a mile. It must be paying decent money. So this heading down to Palm Beach, Florida. The problem is when you get down to Florida, you're going to be able to find your way back out, which I've shown y'all how to do that. but it is difficult getting out of Florida and making money and to come back out of Florida. Y'all do know that. But we've got a video out that shows you all how to get your carriers out of Florida, but how to get them to understand how to get out of Florida. Because a lot of carriers don't really know how to, don't know what loads to take to get them out of Florida and how to do that in a good way. Here's another one. Same thing. This is going down to Haynesville, Florida. Going down to Haines City, Florida. And this may be a repeat load. Let's see if it's, I think it's by the same people. That may be a repeat load. Nope, by different companies. So it's not a repeat load. You just have a couple of loads that are going in the same direction. So that works out pretty good. All right. So that's Trucker's Path. Now we're gonna flip on over to we're gonna change gears here a little bit. We're gonna change gears and we're gonna go over to Lane Honey. Now, the reason why I want to jump over to Lane Honey because Lane Honey operates different than any other load board you all will have access to. Okay. Lane Honey is really the ideal place to go if you are a broker, okay? Because Lane Honey, I take that back. If you are a direct carrier and you don't have a dispatcher, or if you are a dispatcher, you are decent at negotiating, okay? Because you're gonna have to flex your negotiation skills when you're on Lane Honey. The reason why that is, you're gonna have to know a little bit about negotiations when you're on Lane Honey, is because Lane Honey gives you the here we go. This is Lane Honey. Lane Honey gives you the amount of money. They tell you the exact amount of money what the shipper is paying to the broker. Okay, they pretty much put you up on game. They show you all the money, and then it's up to you to negotiate with that broker what you want for your carrier. Did y'all understand that? Or did I just screw that up?
Yep. I got it.
Did y'all understand it? All right. So basically, what you got to do when you get on Lane Honey, it takes Lane Honey a little bit of time to load up. So give it a minute, and it will load up. So don't get discouraged when you see it and it's not loading up. Now, Lane Honey is a load board that's put up by Mr. Keenan Moore. So if you all get in loads off this load board and you run them and you make money on them, you all please contact Mr. Keenan Moore and get him his 2.5%, because you all gonna owe him that. But that's the way we operate. Okay, if you get loads from somebody else's load board, or you get loads from somebody else who has helped you find a load, you owe them 2.5%. Okay, of the load fee. Okay, because you're collecting 10%, so you can pay them that 2.5% because you wouldn't have got that load without it. You understand what I'm saying? That's how that works. All right. When you're on Lane Honey, you can look for lanes or you can look for loads. Okay, you can look for the lanes or you can look for loads. Now we just talked about Atlanta. All right. Right now we're looking at the Atlanta lanes. Now when you're reading this, basically what it's doing is it's telling you that shippers are paying as high as like on this one. Hold on. Here we go. On this one right here. Anywhere USA, Crosby Street, New York, anywhere Crosby Street, New York, USA. All right, so that right there, they're on the high. They only got maybe 3 posts right now for loads. I think this is for tonight though. Need to change the. There are no loads right now leaving out of Atlanta on Lane Honey that they have for tonight, and then we got it on. I think just dry van. Let's check reefer. All right, if we check flatbed, let's see what. Move this out the way. All right, let's check. All right, let's check flatbeds, and then let's see what we got on flatbeds. All right, shipping from, let's say, Dallas, Texas. Add a lane, and let's say, where y'all want to go from Dallas?
Go to
Hello?
Virginia.
Pittsburgh.
We got Virginia, we got Pittsburgh. Let's try Pittsburgh first, okay? Let's try Pittsburgh, see what we got going from Dallas to Pittsburgh. We got flatbed lanes. Let's add that lane and see what we come up with. Give it a minute to reprocess. It's going to pull up the lane from Dallas to Pittsburgh, PA. Calculating, looking for the lanes. And I'm going to show y'all what these things look like, because sometimes you look at the numbers and you all thinking, man, that's high. You think, man, that's high. Yeah, it is, but those are lanes. All right. So tonight, from Dallas to Pittsburgh, you got pretty much one Now, here's what it's doing. This is giving you an average of what this lane usually pays. Okay, 1,220 miles, roughly around $3.11. That's been the rate per mile. Okay. For the flatbed, that's for a flatbed. You know it's a flatbed. Why? Because we got a little flatbed truck up there, right? Now over here it says Dallas area radius of 100. All right, exactly. You got Dallas radius of 100 miles. You don't have any loads right now that are running that lane. So let's go down here and see if we can find some stuff that's actually running. Here's one that's got 3 posts. When it says 3 posts, that means there were 3 posted loads that are running this lane, and 2 of them have been filled already. See right there, filled, post, high. And on the high end, they were paying $3.84 per mile. That was from Newark, New Jersey to Cleveland, Ohio. Okay, on this lane right here, you see no loads, but it shows you what the average was when it did have loads, and it's kind of looks up and tells you what's available in each lane. Now, let's find something here. Let's try something. Let's try driving this. Let's say let's look for Alabama. Let's look for Alabama to New York City. See what they got going from Alabama to New York. And I'm going to try to highlight all the lanes. Nope. They won't let me do all the lanes. Let me do drive in. Let me add that lane and see what happens. Let's add a drive in lane and see what happens. What they got drive in heading from Alabama up going towards New York City. Now I can tell you probably a lane that's got a whole bunch of loads in it. It's probably going to be California to Florida or Florida to California. Okay. Oh, here we go. All right. From Alabama to New York, in that lane, you've had 3 posts, 3 loads that ran that lane. 2 of them were filled. Okay. The rate per mile average was $3.81. Rate per mile, $2.49. It's the one they have that's still available. This is the one that's still available right here. It's running 1,048 miles, 2,613 miles. It's paying $2.49 per mile. Okay. We still got those Dallas. Trying to find some good lanes. It's got a whole bunch of lanes there. Oh, that's on the 1 post. There's not very much stuff on here tonight for lane hunting, but that happens sometimes. Sometimes you come on here and you got 1,500 loads. It just happens that way. Now let's look at loads instead of looking at lanes. Let's look at loads. All right. As you can see here, in these lanes right here, okay, Ontario to Morello Valley, California, Gleason, Tennessee to Bessemer, Alabama. You can see what those loads were paying. On the high end, $11.11 per mile. Okay. On the low end, looking at $3.81 per mile, and everything pretty much in between. Okay. These are what your top loads are right now, and looks like everything across the board. But it looks like they've got to run it from van to a flatbed to reefer. So we got everything on here. I'm pretty much highlighting. Okay. So yes, you drive in, flatbed, reefers, so you got them all up here. So as you all can see, there were some pretty good runs. It was 76 loads were posted. 53 of them were filled, right? So that leaves you with about what 20-some odd loads that's still left available, okay, on lane honey. Now, when you see stuff like this, that's $11.11 per mile. That is what the broker is getting paid. That's the total amount of money. All these lanes, what the total amount of money or what the broker is getting paid. So when you go in to negotiate with the broker, you're not going to start off with, no, I want $9 of that. Come on, man, be for real. You know, let the broker make some. Let them know that you're serious and that you want everybody to make money. Okay, if you got a carrier that's only looking for $3.25 per mile, I may go in and see the broker's got $11. You get $11.11. But I know my carrier only wants $3.25. I may, go in and say, look, if I can get $5 a mile, I'm happy, man. You see what's going on there? You're not gonna try and take advantage of the broker just because he's got it, right? Right? Hello?
Right.
Because if you do that, then you're gonna start off by doing what? Having a bad relationship with that broker, and that broker probably not going to deal with you anymore. Remember, the name of this game is to build your book of business, right? That's the name of the game. Build your book of business. So why not create good relationships with your brokers by allowing your broker to make money too? Now your broker know that you're a sensible person when it comes to your negotiations. You understand? You're not just in this trying to knock the broker's head off and send him to the poorhouse. You understand what I'm saying? So keep it cordial where everybody can make money. I mean, I like this low board because it shows you the whole picture. That's why I like this low board. But I don't use it to take advantage of the broker's side. Okay?
Got it.
All right?
Right.
Any questions about this low board?
So this one
Any
is
questions
used
about this
more
low?
for negotiating. This one is this low board you would use more for negotiating with the broker.
Exactly. Because all the other low boards, there's really no negotiating. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can call a broker and you can say, because look, dispatches are not really supposed to be negotiating because you're not brokers, right? You're supposed to only be doing what? Looking for freight specifically that's been specified by your carrier or what they want or need, right? So there's a thin line between you treading over into a broker's territory. So it's okay when you get a load, you're looking at a load from a broker to say, hey, is this all you got in this load, or can you do a little bit better? That's okay. And when you're on lane honey, it's okay to go ahead and say, hey, I see here that you're getting $11.11 on this load. Would you be okay with my carrier getting 5 of that? I mean, you see what I'm saying? It's all in how you word it and how you approach it, right? Because if you go on there looking like you're trying to do some hard negotiations, then that broker may decide to report you, right? Say, look, man, you're a dispatcher. Why are you in here trying to, do hard negotiation with me? Only brokers are supposed to be able to do that, but you can do it. You just got to use tact. Okay, and there's some good paying loads on here. I like lane honey because it's got some loads in here that will allow you to make money. So you can find some really, really, really great deals in here for your carrier. If your carrier is looking for $3.25 or $2.75, and you run up on a load that's in his lane that's paying $11 or $12, then that's your opportunity to make that carrier $5 per mile. You see what I'm saying? And you're gonna make your carrier extremely happy.
Right.
At the same time, you're gonna make yourself happy because your check is gonna be pretty good too. So that's what that's all about. Okay, that's lane honey. That's how lane honey works. And then of course you got my favorite. And then we're gonna wrap it up. I'm after that because this is a quick spot training. Then of course you got my favorite one, which is direct freight. I like that direct freight. I love direct freight because direct freight. Let me get out of this. I mean, it's tablet mode. And, oh, there it is right there. Hold on. Y'all, let me go by my direct freight terminal. I gotta get past my direct freight. Now you got some you all got some stuff on here that says hot shot loads. Okay, I know a lot of you all go out and you all contract hot shots. I don't deal with hot shots. Okay, I don't deal with hot shots because it's hard to find loads for hot shots, and you know it's just and to me it's really a waste of time. It's trying to deal with hot shots. Okay, it's really a waste of time. I don't deal with it. But you got some hot shot load boards on here. You can go in and you can look at some of the hot shot loads, but I wouldn't waste my time with them because a lot of times you call the hot shot carrier and they say, I don't want that. Hot shots are very picky. They're fickle and they're very picky. So I don't really waste my time with them. But if that's what you all want to do, give it a shot. I should survive. I wish you all luck in the world. Okay. Direct freight. I like direct freight. Why? Because direct freight is actually my favorite load board. You all should know this by now. I like the way it's set up. It's easy to locate loads. It's easy to do your searches. They have some great pin loads on direct freight. I like how they have this thing called load map. You go to your load map, and you can just click the map, and it gives you a snapshot real quick, of what state has how many loads. You see what I'm saying? And that can be very useful when you're dealing with the carriers. You see where you want to send them to, because you know if you're picking loads up in Texas, right? We've got 2,000 and some odd loads here, 2,900 loads in Texas right now, right? So you know if you're trying to run stuff from Texas and you're running down to, if you're running them up to, let's say, an area that doesn't have a whole lot of loads, like, there we go, Wyoming, only 85 loads. So you want to know, well, I might not want to run up to Wyoming. Why? Because they ain't got that many loads coming out of Wyoming, right? Right?
Right.
So this is how I like to use this map. Because the map gives me a quick snapshot of what's going on in every single state. Just immediately. I can look at it and say, okay, I can see exactly what's going on in every state of how many loads are being ran from each state on that day. Okay? So you can kind of map your stuff out just at a quick glance at your load map. So when you're looking for loads for your carrier, look at your load map and see what's going on. Like in Delaware, you only got what? 60 loads. So you don't want to send your carrier up to Delaware or Rhode Island. You only got 62 loads. But right next door, you got 262 loads coming out of Massachusetts. And right down next door, you got 380 loads coming out of Maryland. So you got some stuff that you can run them out of, but you're not going to be able to run them directly from Delaware. You understand what I'm saying? Or from Rhode Island. So it's going to be very limited loads that's coming out of it. PA right now is doing pretty good. They've got 1,347 loads. Ohio's got a lot of good loads. Florida's doing okay, 631 loads. That's kind of good for Florida. Louisiana's doing pretty good. They got 1,073 loads, and Alabama is doing great with 2,283 loads. Arizona doing good, over 2,000 loads, 2,200 loads. What Georgia got going on? Georgia got 1,736 loads. So if you got people down in Atlanta, you got some loads that come out of Georgia. You see what I'm saying? So I like this map thing because it's a quick snapshot. I can go ahead and click Georgia real quick, and bam, it's gonna pull up all the loads and leave it out of Georgia, and I can put my date and time at one, or I can just leave it at any time. And I put 25 miles, so there you go, and you go ahead and do your straight dispatch. Right? You're going to do your straight dispatch thing, and then it tells you, if you can find some good paying freight out of that bad boy. We're going to go in here, we're going to put in, let's put in 3.75. See if we got any decent paying loads that's leaving out of Georgia. All right? Let's see what we got leaving out of the state of. What am I doing? There we go. I don't know why I killed my mic there. I didn't mean to do that, y'all. All right. Let's search. All right, let's see. We got in $3.75, $3.75 lows, leaving out of Georgia. First, and see, I like the way all right, you see how this set up? You got your first 100 loads, and you got your second 100, then you got your other 100. You can go through it and kind of just look through your, the number of, there's a load right there, leaving out of Augusta, Georgia, going to St. Matthew, South Carolina. It is going 48. It's paying $350, and it's going a total of, how many miles that bad boy running? That boy is running 40. Is that 40? No, 85 miles. That's not bad. That ain't bad at all. 85 miles. Let's see if that is a repeat. Is that a repeat? No, that's not a repeat. So, all right. So, that's a pretty good run on that one. Let's go to the next, up to 300 lows. Let's see what they got on the next page. Anything on here that lights up? Nope. Let's go to the next page. See what we got. Let's pay that $3.75. Anything else paying $3.75? Nope. Not on that page. Let's check the next page. All right. Nothing on that. $3.75 is pretty high, but we thought we'd give it a shot anyway. And we did find one load on there that was paying $3.75, leaving out of Georgia. Chances are, if we drop it down to about $3 or $2.75, I guarantee you we'll find a whole bunch of freight. So I'm seeing some stuff that's kind of, just at a glance, is looking like it'll qualify for that. So let's go ahead and change our thing to $2.75 and see what we get on that end of it. If we don't, all right. So let's change this to $2.75. Let's see what we get. Let's change that to $2.75. And let's see what we get on that. Save. Settings updated. Good to go. Let's do the search. And let's see what we get here. See if that board lights up. So there we go. There's one that's paying $1,400. It is going, picks up at Atlanta, Georgia, going to Ochi, Florida. See, look, you get them loads that's going to Florida, they'll be paying good money going down there, but boy, that was $3.26 per mile, $1,400. That's not bad for 429 miles. That ain't bad at all for 429 miles. Maybe how's that ham coming out? Looking good? My wife over there cooking up that ham, y'all, on the grill. She doing her thing. You gonna get that to the doggy dog? Okay. Here's a load right here, y'all. That's paying going 245 miles. It's paying $720. So that one looks like it was close to that $2.75. Yep, it's $2.94 a mile. So for those people out there that say there ain't no good paying freight, what y'all got to tell them? What y'all got to tell them? Tell them they with the wrong network, right? Right?
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at this right here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they just with the wrong network. I don't know what they did. Here's one that's paying $4.12 a mile. I don't know what they looking for. Look, I'm looking all over, Facebook and everything else. I'm hearing these carriers just complaining. Ain't no good paying freight. Ain't no good paying freight. I went looking on the low board today, and all I saw was $1.75 shit. I don't know what y'all looking at.
No, Calvin, I got a question to ask you about this load, Calvin, the 300, the 350.
Yeah.
Now, let's say the carrier wants that one. So should we put in all the paperwork to the broker and everything just to get $35?
Yeah.
Like
basically
all the paperwork.
All you gotta do. Yeah, look. Here's what you gotta do. All you gotta do is you're gonna click on this bad boy right here. Go ahead and get this guy a call. There's his phone number right there. Right? Bam. You're gonna call him up. You're gonna say, hey, whoever it is that picks the phone, say, I'm looking at load, blah, 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 blah. You can tell him about the load. You can say, I got a carrier that wants that load. Okay? They're gonna direct you on what you need to do next, because that's how the conversation is gonna go. Hey, Mr. Broker, I got a carrier that wants load number, blah, 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 blah. He's gonna say, okay. Now he may ask you, and who am I speaking with? This is Calvin Butler with RBBS Transport LLC. We are the dispatcher for carrier blah, 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 blah. Okay, he's great. What's the carrier's DOT number? Now give him the DOT number. He's gonna run that carrier real quick. It takes him about 20 seconds. He's gonna punch the DOT number. It's gonna pop right up for him. He's gonna look at that. He's gonna say one or two things. He's gonna say, "Great, that carrier is good to go," or he's gonna say that carrier needs to needs to complete a broker package. So a carrier broker package. Then you say, "Okay, great. Send that carrier broker's package or the link to it to who? Your email address. Do not have it sent directly to the carrier. Have it come to you. Why? Because it comes to you, then you got what? A copy of it, right? So he sends it to you, and you tell him, I have my carrier to fill this out as soon as possible and get it back to you so we can grab this load. Great. You send it over to the carrier fills it out, he sends it back to you, and you send it back over to the broker. Just that simple. Okay? Now that carrier has a broker packet. He says, great, everything looks good. I'm going to shoot you over the rate confirmation. He's going to send that rate confirmation to you. You're going to read it. Be sure that you read it. Never ever send a rate confirmation to your carrier without reading it first, because some things may have changed on it, like the price, the number of stops and pickups. Make sure all that is just what is stated on the load board so that you all are getting the exact same thing that you discussed. You understand what I'm saying? So when you get that, you're going to read it, then you're going to send it over to your carrier. Your carrier is going to sign it, send it back to you, and you're going to forward it back over to the broker. All right? Now that carrier is dispatched. That's basically the process. That carrier has now been dispatched. That carrier is now going to go pick that load up. He's going to deliver that load, and he's going to send you the BOL. That is your receipt from the receiving shipper that the load was delivered on time, intact, and secured and safe. All right? That's the receipt. And the reason why he sent it to you, why? Because when it hits your email, you automatically now have a copy of everything. So then you forward that over to the broker along with your carrier's invoice on what the broker owes the carrier. It's basically the same thing that he stated. It's out. Just put a little stuff on it and then be like this. That's how you got to be. Basically, that's going to give you your receipt. That's going to give you your receipt that you have so that you have proof that everything was conducted in the proper manner, right? So now you're going to forward that over to your broker along with, it's over here. You're going to forward that over to your broker. Here you go. You're going to forward that over to your broker. Here. Yeah. You're going to forward that. Here you go. You're going to forward that over to your broker along with your carrier's invoice. If the carrier did not give you an invoice, just make one up real quick. All the information is right there on the confirmation rate sheet. You know how much money that they owe the carrier, right? So you make up a little quick invoice. Mr. Broker, you owe my carrier, $2,500. Pay the man. Don't say it like that, but just a little invoice, send over to him, just notify the broker of how much money that they owe to the carrier. Now, when you send that to them, a day and a half later, I never wait more than a day and a half. I don't wait 2-3 days to call back a broker. I wait a day and a half. If that load got dropped on a Monday and I sent him that BOL and that invoice on Monday morning, guess what? By the end of the day, Tuesday, I'm calling him. Or by 3 o'clock Tuesday before he leaves at 5 o'clock, I'm calling that broker. And I'm saying, hey, Mr. Broker, how you doing? This is Calvin with the with RBBS Transport. And I'm calling to check the status of my carrier's pay on load number blase. That load number, you're going to find that on your You're going to find that on your confirmation rate sheet. So he said, I'm calling to check the status on my carrier's pay on load number blase. When you do that, your broker's he's going to come back, he's going to say to you, great, that carrier got paid yesterday, or that carrier is due to be paid today, or that carrier is due to be paid in a couple of days. If it's any of those, then guess what? Then you are going to go to your Square account and you're going to prepare your invoice for that carrier. You're going to send it over to him by text and by email so he can click on it and pay you with a debit or credit card. Now, when you make up your Square account, when you make up your Square invoice, you are going to attach 3 things to it. Those 3 things are, you're going to attach the original dispatch agreement that your carrier signed. You are also going to attach the confirmation rate sheet that the carrier and the broker signed. And you're also going to attach the BOL that the carrier and the receiving shipper signed. Now, Why do you want to attach all this? You want to attach all this because this reminds your carrier that you have all the necessary documents that prove that you have a legitimate invoice that needs to be paid. And if for any reason that the carrier decides he wants to try and buck you, guess what? You got everything you need to file your complaint and to file a grievance against the authority with who? DOT and the Federal Motor Carrier Association and the Federal Bond Service. That's it. Those are the steps. Now, if you want to know what those steps are, go to your back office tools and resources and pull up your what? Workflow. Because I just explained to you what the workflow was. That's it. That's your workflow. Okay? And you go to your back office site and you find your workflow. It's going to be in your documents, forms, and agreements and things like that. So it's going to be under, let me get out of this. It's going to be under the workflow. Is that the workflow? Hold up here. Nope. That's the profile. Give me a second here, y'all. Let me find y'all's workflow. Find the workflow. It's going to be the lady that's sitting down at the desk. That's it right there. See, where it says workflow of dispatching. That's what I just explained to you all. What's the workflow of dispatching? Okay? How to get a load from booked to paid on. That's your workflow. Okay? So make sure you all go over and learn the workflow. There it is right there. I just went through it. So that's your workflow. Step by step by step. The only thing that's changed is we don't do your invoices. So do not send anything to us because we don't do your invoices anymore. We used to do it when we were splitting the load fee with you all. Remember? But since now you all keep 100% of your money and y'all don't split none with us, we don't do your invoicing anymore. You all do your own invoicing. So just go to your Subject Square account and do your own invoice. All right? Everybody got that?
Got it.
Got it. All righty. All right, y'all. That's about it. It's 9:08, so we are running a little bit over time. We've used about an hour for spot training for tonight. Remember, tomorrow night is all Q&A. So if you have questions and everything, start writing them down now and get them ready for tomorrow night. Because tomorrow night is all you all's time to ask questions, and my job is just to answer. So it's going to be rapid fire from start to finish, 45 minutes to an hour of just Q&A. All right. So I hope y'all got a lot out of tonight's spot training. Hope it was able to help y'all to understand the load boards more clear and be able to find what you're looking for and use those load boards and go out and make some money. Make use of your tools and resources. Go in and click on everything you see in your back office to kind of figure out where everything is and just familiarize yourself. And please learn your script. Learn your script, learn your workflow, learn your dispatch agreement. If you learn those three things, I mean, ain't too much that can stop you from making money. All right? If you learn those three things, there's not too much that can stop you from making money. Just remember that. All right? I'll see y'all tomorrow night for Wednesday night Q&A. Same bat channel, same bat time. Y'all have a good night.
All right, Kyle.
Good night.
Good night.